Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Up to Your Ears. Josie, who's our guest today?
Our guest today is Stephen Judge, and he is the hardest working person in the music industry. He's amazing. I can't wait to talk to him. He's done pretty much everything you can do in the music business. Everything from A&R to distribution. He owns a record label. He's done it all and successfully. I don't know how he does it, but I'm excited to talk to him. We have a lot to learn from this guy.
Is he 100? I mean, it seems like a lot of things to do in a short lifetime.
No, he's not 100. He's a young guy.
Not even 100.
Not even 100. And, you know, he's just hardworking. And I think he just loves what he does so much. It's not like work. It just comes easy to him somehow. Or he has like special powers that only he knows about and doesn't share with anybody else. That could be, I don't know.
So Josie, how do you know Stephen Judge?
I met him during South by Southwest, which is a music festival here in Austin, and managing this club. And he came in on the Sunday, the last day, and I was closing. Everyone was gone, and I was tired. 2 weeks of working all day, all night, and playing all day, all night. It was nuts. I could barely stand. My feet were so sore, and I was just exhausted. And I poured myself a beer, and I went to our jukebox, and I just put in an entire church record. This guy comes to the door. I'm like, oh, no, we're closed. And he was like, oh,
get
come
out!
on. No, I was like, no, we're done. And he's like, oh, well, can I just, have a beer? And I was like, yeah, I'm cleaning up, I guess, So he sat down and he's like, are you seriously listening to the church right now? And I said, you know what? It's been a long week. I can listen to whatever the fuck I want to. And he said, no, it's crazy. I'm meeting my buddy. We're going to go for dinner. My buddy's Marty Wilson Piper from the church. And then we just started talking and we became friends, and I've known him ever since for years now. How are you?
Hey, Josie. Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you. This is my partner in crime, Vanessa.
Hi.
Hey, Vanessa. How are you?
It's nice to meet you.
You too. You too. Josie, I haven't seen you in fucking forever. My God.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's probably been 3 South Bys ago, because last South By didn't happen.
At least. No, yeah, I haven't been at least 3, if not 4 years. And I'm sitting at my bar.
Oh, that's so cool that you have a bar inside the record store.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, speaking of that,
yeah.
Vanessa, I think we should get to our questions.
Yes, we don't want to keep you too long, although I could seriously gab it up with you all the live long day. We devised this really hilarious question.
I can talk for sure. Yeah.
Self-proclaimed hilarious. We dreamt up some questions for you. We have titled it Truth or Protect Your Rep. So you can tell us the truth if you want, or you can give us your version of the truth. Phone at the table, yes or no?
No.
No, good for you.
Put your phone away. Yeah.
Donuts or croissants?
Donuts.
Donuts, yes.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm in the hometown of Krispy Kreme. I mean, I gotta throw it out. I gotta support those guys.
Crib full of homies or home full of cribs?
Definitely crib full of homies.
All right.
I don't plan on having any.
Okay, here's one about your scholarly prowess. Have you read all those books on your shelf, or are they merely for show?
Definitely, embarrassingly, I have definitely not. I think all the time about I think I was given a Keith Richards biography years ago when that came out, and I still had not read it. I blame technology. There's too many distractions. Really, there should be a big movement of reading. I'm a big advocate of it, but I would be the worst example.
I love a good
lot of
biography.
books, like the music books and autobiographies that I haven't read that I really need to. I'm probably like 5 or 6 books behind. Absolutely.
All right, those are my silly questions. Josie has serious questions for people who are.
It's a good balance.
Okay. All right, here we go with my question, Stephen. Number 1, what was your first concert?
Funny that you mentioned that because it's been a topic of conversation. It was Van Halen.
Wow.
So with Eddie Van Halen passing away, that was really tough. That was a little sentimental for me because that was the whole reason. You know, he was definitely one of my first music heroes, especially for guitar, you know. So yeah, seeing Van Halen in Greensboro, North Carolina, Greensboro Coliseum.
That's so cool. Okay, number 2, if you happen to find yourself on death row, not the label, what would your last meal be?
That's a good question. Probably, I'm all American. Probably just a really good burger and chips and fries, messy chips.
Yeah.
It's barbecue being from North Carolina, but.
Well, yeah, that's true. That would be a tough one, you know, but it has to be Eastern North Carolina barbecue. So it depends on where I am. That, you know, if they give me any other crap besides Eastern North Carolina barbecue, I'm not going to want to eat it.
Awesome.
What's your favorite barbecue go-to in North Carolina? In case I ever get over there.
There's I don't know if they still have the restaurant or not. Old barbecue restaurants have closed, but there's a barbecue sauce out of Goldsboro, North Carolina called Scott's. And it's kind of spicy. It's a lot of peppers in it. And yeah, it's killer, yeah.
Next question. And ever been starstruck by a musician? I know you've met tons of people, but have you ever been like, wowed? Had that, oh my gosh,
I
feeling?
don't particularly get that way too often, but it's kind of hard. The 2 times that's probably happened to me was Paul Weller. For sure, and sat next to Adam Clayton from U2 at a film one time in Dublin, and they're my favorite band of all time. So I was pretty stoked. Oh no, here's a good one. I worked with Danielle Lanois, the producer, when I was at Red Eye. Let's just get out of the building first. Let's get out of the building first. I was like, that was pretty fucking cool.
All right, well, next question. It's kind of a 2-parter. What's the first record you ever owned? And the second part is, what's on your record player right now?
First record I ever owned was the Jungle Book soundtrack. Yeah. I had like a little turntable, and it was like was one of those things where you have a book and you read along while they would sing the songs and stuff like that. The first records I remember buying was the Grease soundtrack, and then I also bought the first 7-inch I remember buying was Cars from Gary Newman.
Wow.
And Turn to Stone from Electric Light Orchestra, and Funky Town. That was like the one I really wanted, was Funky Town. And because I'd hear it on the radio all the time, and I thought it was a jam, you know. And they were like, well, we have this 12-inch of it. So I thought, fine, a little more expensive, whatever. And I didn't realize that the regular studio radio version of Funky Town, which I was used to, was not on there. It was all remixes. And that was my first experience with what remixes were.
You wanted, I
wanted the song, yeah. The new Idols record.
Mm-hmm.
Into that a lot, or the new Mets. They're on Sub Pop. They're amazing. Yeah.
Okay, what is the one piece of clothing, article of clothing that you cannot live without?
My band T-shirts. I mean, that's a plural question.
Coastal Access or Inland Empire?
Coastal Access. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What record are you most excited about?
Because
Okay.
the 40th anniversary of Boy from U2 is coming out. And it's
Oh,
coming
no
out.
way.
Yeah,
Is
I'm pretty excited about that. There's not any extra tracks or anything on it, but it's just kind of, I don't know what kind of packaging it's going to have. You know, I haven't seen like if it's got a nice booklet or whatever, but it's a clear, I think is it clear or white, Maddie? I think it's clear vinyl. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's like one of my all-time favorite records. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Okay, the last question I have for you, Stephen, is what advice would you give your 15-year-old self?
Don't worry about it. just do.
Advice. Worry
yeah, just you're on the right track. You're thinking the right way. You have the right attitude. Don't let the bastards grind you down. And so don't worry. Just focus and do that, and don't worry about it. Just have confidence that it's all going to work out, and everything you want to accomplish. If you dream it up, it will happen.
Before we leave, though, what do you have going on that you want people to know, that you're highlighting, that you're interested in, or with the label or with the magazine, or anything that you need to tell us?
That's a good question. You know, the magazine Blurt Magazine has been pretty dormant for the most part over the last several years, and it's just as you can imagine, in this kind of labels, they always would do something, but transitioning that to an online thing was really, really challenging, and I didn't, you know, and figure out a way to do it, but you know, change it up a little bit. So that's kind of where I'm going. I don't know where that's going to be, but that's a project for 2021, and we haven't decided. On the label side, you know, I've had to kind of put everything on relative hold this year. I had 4 releases for Record Store Day that got postponed. So the good news is that I've ended up selling out of 3 of my 4 Record Store Day releases, and so that's going to be good for 2021. So now I'm starting to put a budget together. Got another record with Marty Wilson Piper coming out in February under the name Moat, M-O-A-T, which is really classic Marty stuff. I'm talking to some other people. Nisha will have a record at some point. And then the Verlaines and I are talking about reissuing their entire catalog because it's all out of print right now. Yeah, a lot going on. I mean, you know, I'm proud of what we've done on the label. I'm you know, and that's kind of, that's, you know, I want to be a place that's kind of recognized for that if it comes out on us, it may not be your style of music every single time, but it's going to be quality.
Well, thank you for coming or hanging out
so much.
us.
I loved meeting you and listening to your stories. So wonderful. Thank you so much for
sharing. I got a few of those, yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Me too. You too, Josie. It's great to see you. Like, this is awesome. It's great to be able to do this. Sounds good.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
I would say yes.
Bye.
He's one of those people. He's so affable. And our guest today was Stephen Judge from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
His record label is Schoolkids. His record store is also named Schoolkids, and he has 2 locations. Please feel free to visit their website and check out what he has to offer. Obviously, an amazing person with a vast musical knowledge. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe so that you can get notifications for our upcoming interviews and videos. Thanks again for watching. We loved having you. This has been Up to Your Ears.
I'm Josie.
I'm Vanessa.